Good evening, guys. We are back with the Reels, Shorts, YouTube videos, which will now explain you as to what all documents do we need when we are buying a title of a property. So before we head down to the kind of documents that we have to look through, we first have to mention as to how this entire lands were usually divided, how were they allotted, how was the sectioning done. So in Delhi, if we talk about, there must be various allotments that are done by DDA, by authorities like LNDO. Then there were there were plots which are cut out by DLF. There were plots which are cut out by Railway Society, Kashmiri Society, Army Society. So there are all these areas are totally dependent upon the kind of property that we are buying. Where was it originally first allotted? So if we are talking right now, this section of the entire reels that we are going to first target, we are starting with the properties that were first cut out and allotted by DLF. So what we are starting with right now is all those lands which were first in 1956 being plotted by DLF. So most of GK1, if we talk about, is cut out by DLF as a society, and DLF had cut out plots varying 200, 300, 500 square yards, and particular owners who were the first allottees bought these lands from the DLF. So if you talk about the first and the foremost main important document when we are buying a property, is to see whether the DLF original sale deed is there or not. So coming down to the specifications, whether it is there or not. So how it looks like. So how it looks like is, it's an old green paper. You can imagine, if a paper has been preserved for the last 70 years, what will be that condition, what will be the condition of that paper. But it's like a green color, light green color paper, which used to be the sale deed of DLF. This is how it looks like. I'm showing you a photocopy of, this is how the original DLF sale deed is of any plot that was allotted by DLF itself. When we come down to the point where properties which had the DLF sale deed have been, the DLF sale deed is lost, or is not in possession of the present owner, or was with the builder, or somewhat like that, then we usually try and take out a certified copy for sure before we go ahead with the transaction, especially if you're buying a floor. If you're buying a koti, we would deem fit that 100% title verification of a property is complete only when the DLF original sale deed is there with the person who's selling it. So this makes the title very strong of the property. So we are here talking about, when you're buying a koti, definitely you should look through, tick that the DLF sale deed should be there, so that you do not have any issues later stage that someone has mortgaged that paper for some loan to a private party or to a bank or people like that, because these are risks which are involved if the DLF paper is not present. Then secondly, if you are buying a floor, need not the entire plot sale deed, no one is going to hand it over to you. So what all you have to look through is that, if the chain must have a photocopy of the sale deed, of the DLF original sale deed, like that. And if someone shows it to you and then retains the document, if he's selling you one of the floors, which is also perfectly fine. So, in brief, whenever we help a client, or we assist a client in helping them go through a property transaction, it is not necessary that that property transaction must have been finalized through us. It is not at all a necessary part. All what revolves around is that whatever property you're buying through an XYZ agent or broker or real estate person, or directly in your relatives, we just want to assure that the title of your property is 100% correct, because you're not only buying the possession, as I've rightly said, we are buying the title of that property. So this is how we list out the document chain. This is the kind of work we do here in our office, that we pen down the entire list of documents, starting from the first DLF sale deed, heading up to other things, whatever it may require. The original allottee's death happened, then it was further, SMC was taken and all that. That will come in the nearing reels, whatever we'll make further. to explain you better. But in brief, let's start with the first step. In DLF allotted plots, DLF sale deed is must and should be seen. If in case you're buying a koti or an outright project, you must take the original DLF sale deed for yourself. That verifies and makes your title really strong, really important. This is what I will recommend as a real estate advisor to you, that legality of documents is potential and much required. Today's time, brokers believe in getting the transactions done at a pace that they are not bothered about the documents. So just for that bit, that you do not need assistance outside, you can come for assistance to us for a effortless transaction. You know, you don't have to do the running around, you don't have to go here and there to get out the copies. Everything will be taken care by my office. We here would give you 100% legal assistance pertaining to the entire chain of documents to your satisfaction, delivered at your doorstep for whatever property that you're buying. So keep supporting, keep loving. Thank you so much for watching. And if you love this video, please do give a thumbs up. Thank you so much.